are listening to a high standard production.
All right, yo, man. Welcome back to the Geekset podcast, the only podcast that blend hip-hop culture and geek culture together. I'm your boy Deuces in the building, and this is 1-on-1 with Deuces, the place where I speak with creators, content creators, pushers, and people you should know. And right now, man, I'm speaking with somebody that I truly is a fan of, somebody that's multi-talented, Shakespearean actor, fucking dope-ass rapper, fucking dope-ass content creator, full-time dad. And I'm speaking with the homie Paige Kennedy, bro. How you doing?
Hey, you left out cat nigga, because I got like 4 cats roaming around this motherfucker right now. There's one perched up there like an owl. There's another one that's right here trying to come and sit and get in my damn way. There's 2 of them at my feet. I'm a cat nigga. I'm a cat nigga. I'm a cat nigga.
Hey, what's funny is like low key, you be seeing like niggas be having cats more. Like I know like it used to be like you gotta have a dog and shit, but now niggas be having cats and like it's just like it's different, man. We're changing the narrative, right?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind a dog, but we couldn't get a dog in our spot, so I was in a relationship and we got cats, and I got stuck with them.
you want them in the split.
Yeah.
Hey, but so I asked everybody, man, how COVID been treating you?
I mean, honestly, I'm a house cat anyway, no pun intended. So I don't be out in the streets regardless. Yeah. So it was regular to me. The only thing that affected for me specifically was the movie theaters, because I went to the movie theaters every Friday for probably like, I don't know, 15 years.
All right.
Maybe more than that. And the gym and basketball. That's the only thing that affected. And work. Yeah. Our work was stopped, but the type of job I have, it didn't like affect me financially, so I wasn't tripping. And we started back this week anyway, so
yeah, that's dope. Yeah. So one thing I did want to ask.
Oh wait, hold on. But actually, not shout out to COVID, but shout out to making everybody sit down for a minute, because I had stopped doing videos. I used to do like funny videos and stuff all the time, and then I kind of had stopped doing that, you know. And for a few years, I was doing videos that was like just for like sexual content type girl videos. I was doing that for like a couple years, and then I like lost what made me funny before all of that. And so I got into TikTok, and then TikTok got my funny back without using clickbait. And I ended up getting 2.2 million followers on TikTok during this break.
Hey, I'm talking about.
So that's a big thing.
And so that's what I was going to get into next, because one of the things that I realized is like for the creators, for people that kind of like do the content, or like I said, music, because we're going to get into, you know, saying your music career and everything like that, it gets everybody a chance to sit down and really like focus on some stuff, right? And like, especially with the type of music that you make. So one thing I do on here is I want to make sure that I give people their flowers, right? For those who don't know, if you haven't listened to Paige Kennedy music, nigga, you are tripping. Like, you need to go listen to, bro, like, because like, I'm not gonna lie, like I got into like into your music mad late, but I was wildly surprised because like I got introduced to you via Vine, right? For me personally, like, and it's funny because like I watched Weeds late, I watched Blue Mountains, Blue State late, I watched all that late. So afterwards, when I got introduced to Vine, I'm like, oh shit, this nigga out here really doing it. Like, this is not just.
You saw the movies and TV shows after Vine?
After Vine, like I got onto you Vine first and all your content, and I was a fan from there. So then I started seeing the movies and the shows, and I was like, oh, okay, bro got some acting chops, so I fuck with him. Then I think I got introduced to you music. It was which one? Because you got it's the series, but I'm trying to think, was it 2 or 3? 2 or 1? Probably,
Straight Bar series?
I think it was Straight Bars 2 that I got introduced to you, and I was like, okay. And then
Do you know how or why?
So I followed you on Twitter, and what it is I fuck with Jokes, DJ Head, DiBiase, like they're my people out there in Grand Rapids, and I saw y'all chopping it up about some music shit or something like that, and I'm like, wait, he do music? So I just did the research, and I started looking. I was like, damn, like bro got bars. And then from that film, I'm like, yo, I fuck with Paige heavily, and you know what I'm saying. And like, so like, I want to make sure I give you your props, because I know like a lot of times people, they see actors, they see comedians, and they think, nah, he probably gonna do on some funny shit. And you do have, like, I can see that some of your content, you do some of the funny shit, but like when you say straight bars, that's what you about. You about them real motherfucking bars, bro. So like, I want to make sure you know, man, yo, you are heard out here, bro.
Hey, where you located?
I'm out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Oh, word up. Hey, yeah, that's what's up, man. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, because listen, honestly, for me, you know, I've been an actor for a long time. You know, I've been doing the social media stuff for a long time. And, you know, a lot of people show me love for that type of stuff, you know, but what really is something that is emboldened to me is for people who know my music, because that's me. Like I'm DJ on the Meg. I didn't write the Meg. I didn't make the Meg. I'm an actor on there and I do my thing, whatever, you know. But my music comes from scratch, from me, my thoughts, my brain, my everything. And so when someone vibes with me on that, that means they really fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? More so than the jokes and everything else. Like, that means that they fuck with me. Yeah. And so I really appreciate that. And I'm always curious to see, how did someone discover me, you know, because, you know, I don't have a cosign, I don't have a label, I don't have stuff to put me out there like that except myself.
But don't sell yourself short, because like, so we got a lot of mutualities that within it. So like, you know what I'm saying, Mickey Fax, that's my homie. Did some music with Mickey. Seen that you got Mickey on a couple of on a joint. You got a joint with Royce. Got a joint with Crook, Trick. Like so you got some real life legends, spitters, fucking Cassidy, fucking
Elzai.
Yeah, King Los. Like, you got some real fucking spitters that is fucking with you. And to me, like, when I see that, because that's the type of music that I make as well. I come from that same exact era. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, when I see that, and I'm like, and I hear that, and I'm like, oh yeah, I fuck with it. And I'm like, I can tell, like, you know what I'm saying? You see where people can't get past the acting, but I'm like, nah, fuck that. Like, I'm looking at that music from the way we used to look at old Rockefeller, old Meth and Red, old Big, old Capone and Noriega, like how we used to look at music. That's what I look at your music with. And that's why I can hear the shit that you say, the lyrics that you say, and that's why I fuck with it so tough. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Don't sell yourself short. Like, you don't need, like, yeah, you don't got that cosign saying Paige is that nigga right here, but you got some songs. And even when, I think you got the one up because of, like, when people finally start paying attention, because of your acting chops and where you come from, your visuals are crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like, I think that also is a testament to your artistry, because like when you look at certain things like I Can't Love You and it has that twist, or you and, you know, you guys have that argument, but like you have that moment and like how it goes and how the video blends and how the acting is and what you guys are saying, like that shit is fucking dope. You know what I'm saying? And then like the most recent one, Fear, like, bruh, I didn't see that.
Man, talk your shit. You own it. You did your homework.
Yeah, but like it's funny because like I didn't see that twist coming. Like, I'm like, all right, like when I saw it, I'm like, okay, somebody gonna get shot. I definitely assumed it was going to be you, but then like how it turned out, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, because I want my people and the listeners who's watching and the viewers who's watching is to go view your video. But like, bro, like that message was so important. It was a dope ass visual, and I was just like, I literally was like, whoa, like damn, like that shit was dope as fuck. But like, I think that because of your mind and because of you coming from like being an actor, having that Shakespearean train and being able to just like see things from a different perspective, I think that you do have that one up. And when people start finally paying attention and going back and looking to it, they're gonna be like, damn, like I should have been paying attention to bro a long time ago.
Man, hey, listen, brother. First of all, man, thank you very much Thank you so much, man. Like, I work so hard, bro, and I want to be great so bad. Like my hero is Michael Jackson, and then Kobe Bryant. And Kobe Bryant mainly because Michael Jackson was his hero. And there's a level of greatness that they exuded and encompassed that I want. You know, I strive, I yearn to have that, you know, that level of greatness. And I try really hard to be an extremely diverse creator. You know, Royce told me one time, he said, listen, man, you are rare. You are extreme. Your talent is very rare because you do everything like commensurate, like your comedy and your drama and Shakespeare and your ability to have straight bars, but then on the album have concepts, stories.
Yeah.
Like all, he was like, you're so wide, well-rounded, and everybody can't do everything great, and you do everything great, like on the same level. And he said that's a rarity. We don't have many people like that. And he named, like, you know, Jamie Foxx and like a few other people that are, they do multiple things, but they're all on the same level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you could have a rapper / actor, but he probably gonna do one better than the other. But like, truthfully, like with me, it would be hard for you to tell which one do I do better, you know? And so I take pride in that, you know, and so when you get something like Fear, which is so important, is my most important project I've ever done. You know, because a lot of my stuff is personal, and so it's for me, you know, but like something like Fear is for everybody, you know, and for it to be so specific and for me to choose to give the other side a voice and an unbiased voice so that they can feel like they're being heard, to make them want to share and be participatory in spreading this word too, you know, is not something that's just easy to pull off and to do. And so to have someone acknowledge that, I really appreciate it.
No, I mean, I know how much that shit means, because, like, you know, like I did an album called My Unapologetic Black Thoughts on that same thing. It was literally the thoughts of a Black man, from not only being scared, but also being frustrated, to also wanting hope, wanting change. You know, and I talk about that, you know, the police brutality. I talk about the interracial divide, that stupid ass light skin versus dark skin shit. Like, I talk about all of that. And, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I put that out, it got such a dope ass reception, right? And that's one of the things I was like, because it came from that place, and because when I do my music, I do that like same thought process as you. It's like, I understand that, and I seen that in your music, and that's why I was like, I fuck with it, because I like an artist that I can understand where they're going to, and they can take me on a journey. Like, you know, some of my favorite albums are those story albums. Like, the reason why Good Kid, Mad City was such a good album, because it was like a day in Compton. Adrenaline Rush from Twister, like that album was like a day going on. Like, I like those albums that have some type of meaning, some type of purpose. And so it's like, it's one of those things that I constantly look into for artists and everything. So yeah, man, I definitely fuck with it. I did want to get your thoughts on something, because like, you also, like, you toured with a lot of legends. I'm talking about like not like oh this person, like legit legends, Meth and Red, fucking Big, Cube, like you toured with some dope ass legends. During that time, what was, I guess, the most important lesson that you learned from them during that time?
I was really young, man. I was really young, so, you know, I was in college, and so I'm trying to reflect on if there was anything at the moment, like during that particular time, because it's easy to have revisionist history and for me to go back and and right now through these eyes figure out like stuff that maybe I learned now. But I was trying to think like if there was anything that like was in the moment that I specifically had learned. The only thing that I could say that I was learning is just watching the performances and watching how they did what they did and how they were able to have the crowd like just at the palm of their hands, especially Red and Meth, especially them. Like those were like true performers, and I always envy that because I never like had that type of energy that they have. Yeah. Like they got sick energy, man. Even now, they still got sick energy.
Yes, they do.
And so, you know, I just always admired that and being able to control the crowd and have them like completely engage with you.
All right, that's what's up. Like that's actually huge though, because like that stage presence, like, you know, like coming from the hood, like, you know, niggas always got the dreams of being an MC, you know what I'm saying, being a rapper and shit like that. But you don't understand how much you need to do to command that stage. And that is very important. So to being able to watch people like you said, Meth and Red, who's like some of the best to ever do it, like and go crazy, like that's a huge thing to learn from. Mm-hmm. When you battle Yuckmouth, who won? I was trying to figure out. I didn't see nobody you say anything about it. I know you brought it up.
Did you see his interview about it?
No, I didn't even know he had an interview about it. He said he did an interview about it.
Yeah, I seen it on YouTube. He was talking about being on tour with Big, and he was talking about when we were in Big's hotel and we battled. He didn't say who won, and I don't know who won either. All I know is Numbskull and Lil C's didn't want no smoke. They didn't want no part of it at all. They just kind of sat back and watched us, and we went for like 45 minutes straight, just back and forth, because, you know, at that time we both were young. We both had just tons of bars just stuck in our head that we just had all the time, and we just going back and forth. And Bad Boy was recording it. They recorded it. It was all on film. It was in Biggie's hotel room. There probably was like 10 people in there, and you know, I don't know who won. We both killed it.
Is that footage anywhere?
I wish that the shit would surface. It would be nice. It would definitely be nice if the footage somehow, some way, I don't know how it would, after all these years, show up, but that would be dope to see that.
So let's get into some of the acting and everything like that. So like I said, and what's funny, so after I realized who you were, like from actually like catching you out on Vine and the music and stuff like that, because I did see SWAT before I knew you on Vine, but I didn't realize that you was in that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's one of those things I'm like, now your face is recognizable. You know what I'm saying? Seeing you in like Leprechaun in the Hood, like, and but like, of course, the Meg was your big one. Prior to that, it was Weeds, because you was U-turning Weeds, which was dope to see you up in there, and then Blue Mountain State. Like those were your two biggest ones. So how did you, like, I guess, where did the acting come from, or did the music come first?
Well, it started with the music, but I've been a rapper since I was 7.
Okay.
So I've been a precocious talent, you know, my whole life. But, you know, as a kid rapper, you don't have a record deal. This is like in the 80s. Yeah. You know, no one could know me except my friends, you know, so I rap in school. I rap in talent shows. My first show I ever did was at the State Fair when I was 10 years old, the Detroit State Fair. And that was my first show. And then, you know, I battle all the time, battle elementary school, middle school, high school, college. So I've been a rapper for a long time, you know. I started acting in college, community college. Actually, I started acting in the 12th grade in high school. So in high school, I was on the football team, I was on baseball team, and I was in the acting club. But we didn't do like full on plays there. We just like had a class. In college, I got into acting in community college. Then I went to the best school in Michigan for acting, which was Western Michigan University. That's when I really got into Shakespeare and all this other stuff. And then I went to graduate school for Shakespeare, for classical theater. And then I moved out to Los Angeles in 2001, February 2001. I moved out here. And I snuck into an audition, and I ended up getting the part, and that's what started me off in my acting career. And so since my acting career was the thing that was paying the bills, that's where the focus was on that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, so like, because you know what, like when you did your Shakespearean your read on the Breakfast Club, one of the things that I immediately thought of, so like with like the emergence of like so much Black actors and directors changing the scope of things. So like with Lovecraft, which is going in that sci-fi horror style shit.
I was watching that this morning.
Yeah, that's why I fuck with that show heavily. And I started thinking, I was like, you know what would be dope if we got like a Game of Thrones type show with an all Black cast. And like I immediately started thinking about, because I was like, when I heard that, that's what I heard, and I'm like, bro, you would kill that type of role. And I think that like I feel like right now where we're at in this scope of, in this realm of world we're at, where Black people are like just trying other things, I think like somebody would be fucking stupid not to even reach out to you for that type of role.
Man, I would love that. I really wanted to be. Denzel has a movie coming out called Macbeth that I didn't even get the audition for. It's funny because the kid, Milo the kid, who plays my son in Fear, and he also is in the follow-up to Fear Safe. But the kid that got shot in the video, he is in Denzel's Macbeth. And I wanted to be in that movie so badly, man. But I never even got to audition for it. It's like those movies are so few and far between. And then when you do have them, they want British actors, or they want, like, sometimes I don't even get a chance to audition for them. So
I see that. You know what I'm saying, with the British actors taking over. But like I said, like when you did it so flawlessly in that interview that I was watching, I was like, yeah, you already set for a role like that. My question is that then moving forward and with that, like, because I know that there's a lot of people that's taking that independent route, putting out their own films and everything like that. Is there any aspirations for you to do that, or I guess like, because when I was looking, so like I try to see where people are at as far as like how their content is coming out, and I couldn't locate if you had your own production company or not. And so
I don't, but I do a lot of my own stuff. So like if you look on the internet, I did this thing called Othello that I produced, and it's dope too. Like, and we took a modern like twist on it. So it's called Othello. It's on YouTube. So I made that myself. But as far as coming to like big shit, like feature films, like I gotta get my weight up more. I gotta get more in the door in that sense. Right now, I'm still just an actor who's trying to create some of his own things, but it's not to the level that I would want yet.
Makes sense.
But that's coming.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
Well, you're kind of showcasing that within, like I said, your music videos, and I already favorited the Othello, so I'm gonna check it out later on today. But it's like, you know what I'm saying, like doing like those short films or those short stories, or like I said, that using your music videos to tell a story. I think that, once people start realizing and seeing that that's you, and you know what I'm saying, that's putting that together, I think that will also help out with those credentials, because then again, like, oh, okay, yeah, this is not just somebody who's like, oh, I just want to shoot now. Like, nah, you're coming with themes and different aspects of the film that like true directors are going to be, that true directors utilize and everything. So. So I mean, I look forward to it because, like I said, based off of what I see from you and everything like that, like I'm fully, like I told you at the beginning of it, I'm a full fan, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I legit, fuck with the stuff that you put out.
Hey, I want to talk to you today about GeeksetPodcast.com, the only place that blends hip-hop culture and geek culture together in one place, and the only place to get your official Geekset swag. Go to our shop and view our wide selection that we offer. from the No Dubs collection, Big Bit Tees, Talking That Geek-ish, and more. Today, use code Deuces during checkout to get 10% off your next purchase. Then, take a picture and post it on Instagram using the hashtag Geekset for a chance to be featured on our page and a chance to win extra deals in the future. So don't hesitate. Drop by the website today. Listen to our latest episode, watch our latest videos, read our latest reviews, and shop with your favorite geeks. Geeksetpodcast.com.
I do got a question next, too. So like I told you, I got introduced to you via Vine. And then obviously Vine went under because there was that, from what I got gathered, there was that meeting that, like, you know, the top Viners was like, listen here, this is what y'all need to do to continue to move, like to continue to grow and sustain, and they didn't listen, so everybody jumped ship. Now, you were a part of that conversation, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Do you feel like if they would have listened to y'all, they would have stayed?
Well, I mean, you know, perhaps, I mean, we want to be compensated for the thing. Like, we're bringing millions and millions of kids to this app, and then the app doesn't want to compensate its creators. They just want to take and become billionaires and then just keep it themselves. Yeah. And, you know, we didn't think that was right. So.
Yeah, no, I was 100% with y'all, because a lot of that crew, you, Kane Batch, Melvin Gregg, Clarity, Daystorm, like, I know that everybody also had their own separate careers out of other things, but like when y'all used to link up legit, like it was just like, all right, I'm gonna log on Vine. Like, let me see what Page posted. Let me see what Batch posted. Like it was just, that was it. It wasn't even like every now and then you'll scroll the regular timeline, but it was like, you know who to go to, right? And shit like that. And then like even seeing y'all now, like because I'm a type of person that once I become a fan of somebody, I want to see them win regardless, right? So like, when I see y'all do shit or I see y'all in shit, like I feel extremely happy, like, you know what I'm saying, to see Melvin on, you know, with on Snowfall and killing it the way he killing it, or seeing Batch catch that Netflix deal and doing mad shit on Netflix. Like, I be seeing that shit and I'm just like, man, yo, and like I said, I got introduced to a lot of y'all from Vine, so it's just like I seen them from that Vine, but then as I do more research, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, these motherfuckers out here really working. So like I said, that shit was dope, and the way that y'all capitalized off of the game, because like I think that one of the things that always baffled me, or that I was impressed by, it was like, Vine was 6 seconds. How the hell do you make something funny in 6 seconds? And one of the places that you are cemented in, I want to make sure I said it the right way. Anytime I hear anybody say "really nigga," I hear it in your voice. It's like even people who like, they probably didn't even know the Vine or don't know where it came from. It's just always the "really nigga."
Really nigga.
So but one of the videos, or the constants right now that you've been getting a lot of love for, is the videos with you and your son. You know what I'm saying? Especially specifically the one with there's some chores in this house one right now.
In his house. There's some chores in his house. Hell yeah.
But coming from like this business that you've been in and everything like that, like, was it hard for you to start choosing to put your son in videos, you know, because knowing how social media and everything is?
Nah, I've been recording Tim since he was a little boy. Yeah. You know, I have footage of him. I used to record him on my flip phone. Yep. And he just was a natural since he was little, since he's like 4 years old. And I have all of these videos from him when he was just like a little boy, just doing stuff. You turn that camera on, he just automatically hams it up. And see, my daughter was different. Like she was like more shy and reserved. So she couldn't, you know, I've used her and stuff before, but that's not really her lane. You know, Tim is like me. So, you know, he's following in my steps like completely, like even with the music. I mean, he does different type of music than me, but with the entertainment like facet, like I think we were just born to do that. Yeah. And he was. And so when he was 13 is when Vine first came out, and just naturally, you know, I just put him in it because he lived here. We've been doing stuff together anyway. Right. And it just became like a Barton Homer Simpson type of appeal. And, you know, it has grown and matured since then and turned into, you know, other stuff, but it's still like he and I. It's still he and I.
Oh
just,
yeah.
you know, like producing content and you know.
Yeah, no, it's dope. It's dope to see that growth because, like I said, and see how y'all do the videos from like the pranks and shit, from just like in general. Because I think was it maybe the first one that I recognized or I realized was the I'm gonna smack you into next week videos because those videos was fucking hilarious.
Oh, when I smacked them from here to Detroit.
Oh, just in general, because you had a whole bunch of those. You had the I'm gonna smack you next week.
I smacked them middle next week. I smacked them from LA all the way to Detroit like a couple times.
But he also has a good reaction face. You know, so like when you do stuff to him or like you do stuff like wasn't it one like you woke him up and he's just like like his face.
When he had the red eyes and he's a whole meme. Like that meme is still like circulating now from when he was younger, that same meme. Yeah, and now this new series that we're on right now, at least for this month, is him being Michael Myers.
Yeah,
and, yeah. So tomorrow we have the Whole Lot of Choppers remix with him as Michael Myers. And you know, I think it's really funny. I think people are gonna like you know, die at that one.
No, man, as like I said, as a fellow black dad, like I love seeing that. Like, cause like you see that, you know what I'm saying? You guys are incorporating, you can tell that you guys are having fun. You can tell that he's embracing it, so it's not like you forcing him to do it or anything like that. Like it's just like genuine dope fun between a dad and his son. And I think that's really dope as shit. So like I feel like that is something is going to continue to go and continue to have legs throughout the future and everything like that. One question I did have, because you had made a joke on Twitter, but like because you've been like I said getting buff up on niggas and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? You said I went back to remove all my shit so that way if somebody called me for Marvel, I'm ready for it. Have you thought about which character you would like to play? Because I got some in mind.
What do you have in mind?
So are you familiar with not Batwing?
Batwing?
Yeah. So Batwing. He's a black character. So when Batman disappeared, the Bat family has to take over the mantle, right? So it's like, you know, you got Red Hood, which is, you know, the Jason Todd. You got, you know, Robin, which is his son. You got Red Wing, which is like the third.
So this is DC.
Huh?
This is DC, not Marvel.
Yeah, this is DC, but just in general. This is DC. But Batwing is this black guy who he built his own mech suit for Batman, like a mech Batman suit, and he takes over the mantle for a while, whooping ass. I think that you would be a dope Batwing. I also think that like in DC you would be a dope Cyborg. So I fuck with DC. So I just think
Cyborg, the one that's already that young kid that like some shit going on or something happened.
Yep. So he's half robot, half person. I believe that like you would fit that shit perfectly. You know what I'm saying? But like also John Stewart, like the Black Green Lantern. I think that.
Green Lantern is my favorite comic book.
Yeah.
He's my favorite superhero.
Yeah. So because like when you watch the Justice League animated series, like I can see you because you already got the meme mug. Like so like John Stewart he's always serious. So like you do have the serious face that you can throw on there. Like I feel like that would be those would be perfect roles for you. Because there's not really that many black, I mean outside of Bishop in Marvel, from X-Men, but then you would have to get a curl.
Yeah.
But like so have you thought of any characters that you would like to lobby for?
No, I haven't. I just know that I want to be in Marvel. Yesterday, so I'm filming a show right now on Netflix with Mike Epps, Wanda Sykes, and Kim Fields called The Upshaws. And, you know, always, you know, every time they knock on my door to go, I knock out like 50 push-ups, you know, just because so I can get them in. So at least I get like at least 300 in a day. And so I had just did my push-ups, and then they had me with this tight ass shirt on. So when I walked on set, like the scripty guy, he was like, "You look a little more buff than usual." And Mike Epps was looking at me. He was like, "God damn, you doing some push-ups?" He was in there doing push-ups, huh? He's like, "You go be on Marvel, watch. You go." He was like, "I see it. I already could tell. You the type that's gonna be on Marvel. Like, I already see it." And that just made me feel good that they all had like acknowledged that, like when I walked on stage. Yeah. He was, and Mike was like, "Man, make that money, man. Make that money. I ain't mad at you."
Did you see a couple of your fans on Twitter? They was saying, you know, now that like the Netflix Luke Cage is out of here, but they was like, if Marvel recast Luke Cage, people been throwing your name in that hat, man.
Yeah, I saw them calling me Luke Cage.
You think I feel like you can do that, wrong, man.
Yeah, I could definitely do Luke Cage, but I probably like look too close to my man.
But that's how Luke Cage looked, though.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm surprised. I'm surprised you haven't even like done like a sketch with that. Get you a small yellow T-shirt. Like, because I feel like, you know what I'm saying. But like, I can definitely see you in it, because one of the
I ain't gonna lie, man. I wish I would love to be in a Black Panther movie.
Oh, that'd be dope as fuck.
That would be fresh. I would love that.
Because here's the thing: what I noticed about Marvel, and where I feel like you definitely will fit into Marvel. Like where DC is more so like a darker comic and just a darker entity where everybody has darkness to them. In Marvel, no matter what the character is, they all have a little bit of charisma with them. And I feel like, you know what I'm saying, like you got to be able to turn that on and off. Like that's something that you can't teach. So with the way that you do your videos and just like where you come from and just like how you can, you know, how they can put you in a box. I feel like, yeah, you would fit well into the Marvel family, man.
Hey, that's what's up, man. Hey, from your lips to God's ears.
Hey, we're trying to get it out there, right? So, quick question. So, what are you currently listening to right now? Like as far as music wise, because I know, like I said, knowing that you like bars and shit, and you know what I'm saying, real lyrics. What are you listening to?
Well, right now I'm currently working on my first conscious album, which is very interesting for me, but it's very, it's freeing. I like it. Excuse me. You know, I didn't know I was making a conscious album. I knew I was going to make that Fear song, and then I knew that I was going to make the follow-up to Fear, which is Safe, which is incredible. It comes out October 27th, and it's starring Tim, myself, and Kim Fields. Yeah, and Ali Caldwell from The Four, she is featuring on it. And it's just incredible, man. You know, it picks up kind of where Fear left off, you know, and it has the mother's perspective that comes in, and it's just incredible. So I knew I had those two songs, but then like I made another song that was kind of like talking about like what was going on right now, which is more in a traditional sense, because Fear and Shine are not structured in a traditional song sense. I've created the way that the structure is on there, and it's a little different, and it's predicated off of the visual mainly. But then I knew I wanted to make a song for Black women, and then, you know, at that time I ended up having like 5-6 songs that were like conscious songs, and I was just like, you know, maybe I should try to stay in this vein for this album, you know. So I've been focused on that, but I love this Benny the Butcher album, Proof of Burden. Burden of Proof. I mean, yeah. I love the Conway. I love his new album.
Griselda don't miss, man. Griselda's so dope.
Yeah, they killing. I love the Black Thought just dropped a joint.
I didn't get a chance to listen to Black Thoughts yet.
Elzai dropped a joint. And then this is probably going to be extremely controversial, but whatever, it is what it is. I actually love Daystar's album, the Tory Lanez album.
Yeah.
Like just sonically, I love it.
Yeah.
You know, he's very talented in rapping and singing and beat selection, and I really, really like that album. I probably listen to that album more than anything else.
Okay.
Aside from his own personal shit, but just creatively, I love the album.
Yeah, that's why you can't knock that from him in regards to that. Like the situation's so fucked up, but when like you can't take that talent from him. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then I'm always listening to Eminem because he's my favorite rapper in the world. So I listen to Eminem all the time.
By the way, your flow structure is, and like when you get into your double time, I can hear that influence from like that Royce, that Eminem style and shit like that. But like, is that like a like I sometimes I attest it to like it's more so like a Detroit thing because there's a lot of
funny about that. About it being a Detroit thing, most rappers from Detroit don't rap like that though. They rap like T Grizzly.
You are right.
So it's like two sections. It's like the lyrical beast, like on this side, like the shady side, and then you got the Detroit street niggas who rap like kind of offbeat type. You know what I'm saying? Like 42, like you know what I'm saying? Like that. So it's two different sides. I don't rap like the T Grizzly. I don't know how to do that. Like, so I'm like, over there.
So one of the things that we do on here, we got top fives, right? So I'm gonna and it's like just general top five. I usually do one that's in your career aspect, and it's just one that I think just like would be a dope like top five to do. So first thing first, I want to do for you, being that like you have these grand gestures of movies and things and ideas that you want to do. What are top five movies that have influenced you? So, just in general.
The Wiz.
It doesn't have to be in order either. So, yeah.
The Wiz, because that's what made me want to become an actor, Michael Jackson.
Yep.
And The Wiz as a scarecrow. My other favorite movie is Set It Off. I obviously love Training Day. I'm trying to think, should I put some comedy in there? Damn. I feel so bad because me and my friends on Marco Polo, we asked to label our top five movies, and we were like roasting each other of like the movies that we chose. So I said The Wiz, Set It Off, Training Day, maybe I love Boys in the Hood, and what's some more classics?
Depends on which category you're talking about. They all.
I love Boys in the Hood, and then what else? This is gonna sound crazy, but how could I not say this? Infinity War.
Why would that sound crazy, bro?
I don't know. I don't know, but I just like that's like that movie's perfect to me.
Yeah, that movie was fucking dope. Like, we often on our podcast, because like, so we do our podcast every 2 weeks and we talk about like, just like say geek shit, hip hop shit. And when we talking about Infinity War and Endgame, I was like, I give Endgame the edge only because like I saw a grown ass man crying in the theater.
Yeah.
When Tony died.
Yeah.
But then there was multiple moments where you got like super amped up. And I think the reason why Endgame had that, because from Infinity War and on, like we was getting our ass kicked as like superheroes. So it was like Endgame, we felt that like, oh shit, we finally winning. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying? You got geeked about it, but yeah, nah, that's not crazy at all, man. That's a fucking dope ass movie. All right, so like in the music aspect, same type of concept, but top five albums that inspired you.
All Eyes on Me. Life After Death. The Slim Shady LP. Book of Ryan. And I want to say shit, because I'm getting caught because I want to say one of Slick Rick's albums, but I'm going to, instead of saying that, I'm going to say Doggy Style.
Some classic ass albums that you just named there, bro. All right, so the last thing that we do.
I know I think it's crazy that I didn't put Illmatic or one of Nas joints, but for me, yeah.
No, I feel you. Like I said, but like I said, it's not taken away from those like Illmatic and shit like that. It's just like, you know, the ones that really resonate with you. Everybody, like when you think about certain things that influence you, you start thinking about things that like at that time how you felt, and like there's usually a memory attached to it.
Yeah.
So
and it's a memory, and it's what you learned. You know, it's how it made you feel, what place in your life you were in. Like I just remember the Slim Shady LP being like what was I, maybe a sophomore or junior in college, and it just being winter time, and me just being outside the theater building in my car. I had a blue Cutlass Supreme with blue tinted windows and loud ass banging sounds in the trunk. And I was just sitting in the parking lot, and I just kept fucking blasting I just boom, boom, boom. You know, I want to give the world my ass so the whole world, you can kiss my ass so the whole world can kiss. Give a girl, what was it? I'm tired of backstabbing ass with skinny friends. Tired of in so many sins. Tired of always giving in when a bottle of Henny. Tired of never having any friends. What's that song called?
I can't think of it right off the rip.
I don't remember the name of it, but off the Slim Shady LP when he was tired of not taking pop bottles back to the party store, tired of not having a phone, tired of not having a home to have one in if I did have one on. Oh, that's so hard. Yeah. Tired of not driving a GM.
If I had?
Yeah, if I had.
I had to look it up, yeah.
Man, I just kept listening to that over and over and over again. And he used to rhyme so accurately that it was just incredible, man. Like I had never heard anything like that before. Like when Slim Shady came out, that was the first time we heard that sound.
Yeah.
And I just loved it.
Yeah. No, he definitely like changed a lot. You know what I'm saying? And then just to be that lyrical and just the way that like to be that skilled in rapping.
And his character, that's like there's plenty of skilled rappers, but those skilled rappers, the reason he was always better than Royce, because Royce was just as good as him, but the reason he was better than Royce is because he had character, like he had personality. He was funny as fuck. Like
he would, cause like his MO, like he will drop the funny single, then drop something super lyrical. And then like he had that balance. So like where you'll get Hi My Name Is, but then you'll get Guilty Conscience, or you'll get, you know what I'm saying? Like it'll just go.
But that's what I'm saying. Even in Guilty Conscience, his personality is what it sells it, because he's like dark funny.
Yeah. All right, so the last thing that we do on this, we do what we call recommendations. So we just like giving our listeners and our viewers something that they can either watch, read, view, listen to. What would be a recommendation that you would like our listeners to check out?
A recommendation for people who love amazing acting. Breaking Bad. If you have not seen that, you need to watch it. If you have seen that, then you need to watch Better Call Saul, which is the prequel to Breaking Bad. It is incredible. The acting is incredible. It's fantastic. If you are somewhat cultured, Game of Thrones, also incredible. Must see. You have to watch it. It's great. Homeland was also fantastic. That's another TV show that you have to get on. So those are 3 TV shows that are amazing if you love amazing actors and stories. When it comes to music, if you not heard Book of Ryan by Royce the 5'9", you have to listen to that.
100%.
I'm pretty sure that any of your listeners have already heard the Music to Be Murdered by. I'm sure y'all already heard that, and that is fantastic. Listen, that definitely feel like you have to do. That is not a ghost. That is Tim fucking crawling on the ground trying to be. I know you're like, you have to watch Ghost Adventures. The shit is amazing. And that creature just came into my house and gonna kill me after this Zoom. Yeah, you have to listen to that. Oh, and most importantly, you have to, if you haven't, listen to Torn Pages by Paige Kennedy.
Hell yeah.
That's my first effort. It has all type of crazy, magnificent features on there. Marsha Ambrosius. It's great stories and concepts. I was super concerned with every bar, Elzai executive produced that album, and he did not let me get away with nothing. Like, he was so on top of me. So if you go listen, if you go listen to that album, and from the beginning to the end, every verse that I have, no matter if I'm telling a story, if I'm doing a concept, I got this song called The Audition. Like, everything that you listening to, the rhymes are so on point because he didn't let me get away with nothing. Like, I'll send them the verse or the whatever. If he questioned a lyric, I gotta write it over. Question a verse, I gotta do it over. You know, so and he also didn't let me be lazy. You know, a lot of times it's easy to be lazy, like when you're doing multiple syllable things to rhyme the same word. So, you know, bitch, nigga, switch, nigga, like where you use the same word. Nah, L don't. That's lazy to him. So you gotta say, bitch, nigga, switch quicker, kick, liquor. Like, you gotta, everything has to be, you know.
That's dope that he challenged you like that.
And then he also wants you to rhyme accurately too. So not just words that sound alike, but words that actually rhyme. Yeah. You know. And so if you listen to the Torn Pages album, it's a very hip hop album. There's not a lot of melody in it, but it's very hip hop. You know what I mean? And so if you're a hip hop head, you want to check that out. My second album was Same Page, Different Story. I feel like that's a more digestible album in the listening of it because it had more melody. It had more melody in it. That's the album that has the 3D Nati song, I Can't Love You.
Yeah.
You know,
that's one of my favorite joints from you, bro. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, that shit's hard, bro. She's incredible. 3D Nati is incredible. She's my favorite female rapper, and it's not even close. So yeah, check that out. And yeah, those are my recommendations.
Dope, man. Where can my people find you at, man?
I'm everywhere, man. At Paige Kennedy, Page Kennedy. I got a lot of shit coming. I got, you know, this follow-up. It's called Safe. The follow-up to Fear will be here October 27th. which is 1 week before Election Day. All of this is predicated on trying to get us out to vote. So please, I ask that you support that. This is not a ghost that is coming into my home. It's a ghost that's actually leaving my home. The ghost came in, did it to my girl, and then was like, I'm out, and peaced out.
What up, bro?
What was I saying?
Yeah. So get out and fucking vote.
Yeah, get out and vote. So safe.
Wait, quick question before you. Those are your masks or just some or that was in that video?
No, those vote masks and shirts were this incentive. Just fucking vote. Is a thing that I was supporting.
Okay.
And my stuff is the fear. So I have fear t-shirts and masks. I have chores in this house, t-shirts and masks. Like all of that stuff is in the link in my bio on Instagram in my merch store. But so I have that coming October 27th, and we got music dropping every month this year. Every month for the rest of the year, and then the album is going to come first quarter next year. So just be looking out for that. If you haven't seen Fear, please go watch it.
Highly recommend. Make sure y'all go watch that shit
and share it.
Share it, like it, smash that like button. What they be saying on the videos? Yeah. Smash it with a big thumb up and shit. Like do all that. All right. Well, man, listen here. This has been the Geekset podcast, the only podcast that blend hip hop culture and geek culture together. I've been your boy Deuces. This has been the amazing, multi-talented Paige Kennedy, and we are out. You like that video? Man, thank you for watching. We truly appreciate it. We got so many more videos on our page, so make sure you check them out over here. Hit that subscribe button and tap that notification bell so that way you can always be notified anytime we release a new video. You already know how Geekset get down. We got so much coming for y'all, man. Check it out. Stay in tune.
There was a time where hip-hop culture and geek culture were at odds.